So, Resident Alien is a lot of fun. It's
Oh,
been
good.
a great ride from start to finish so far. How has it been for you seeing this, newfound appreciation for the comics now that the show has kind of popularized them?
Oh, good. I didn't know that. So, yay! That's my reaction. Um, uh, I guess that makes sense. That they hopefully work in tandem with one another. Since they have the same title, they are very different from one another story wise. Although Harry Vanderspiegel and Asta's there, but uh, I'll be interested to see the new books coming out if because ours is really there's a lot of humor in Resident Alien on Sci-Fi on the show that in the comics, it's a lot of it is like solving crime and like it's real stuff happening. There was a really cool the going to New York, um, finding Goliath, the artist that was an alien. Um, that was in the books, and it was sort of pulled out and also changed. Uh, but I wonder if we'll start to influence the books. I wonder if there'll be more poop humor. I don't know. There was a in last night's episode. There was I don't want to say a solid amount of poop humor, but anyway, I'm happy that they're popular and gaining more popularity.
What has it been like exploring Harry throughout these two seasons? Because I mean, it's really been such a wonderful journey to see him evolve and begin to feel more.
Right? Yeah, it's great. It's been a bit of a stutter step in production because of how where there was a worldwide pandemic that happened. It was just a little while ago. Some say it's still going on. But so we shot the pilot and then we took a year before they were like, let's go in a year. I think it felt like that. It was like 2 years. And then we shot the almost all of season one, but then the pandy hit and we took time off to come back to finish off the last episode. It was like we were almost made it. Um and then season two, that one was that the one that people are watching now is it's impressive that it got a lot of it was made during the pandemic because like stuff I was watching last night on the episode that came out, I remember some of the scenes that we shot were scenes that got shuffled ahead that weren't going to be shot for another week or two that like real quick people are down, we lost this part of our crew because that was during the second big wave and it was hitting in Vancouver and people weren't it wasn't fatal at that point, but it was high, alert when people got sick, and they were contained and moved off of the premises and shunned and made fun of behind their backs for being weaker than the rest. But anyway, we couldn't, so stuff like there was a lot of scrambling in that going on, and so it's been great, but I almost feel like I'm experiencing his growth more linearly as a viewer than I was in doing it because it there was so much drama surrounding just the getting it done, you know. I mean it is there, but I'm glad we have a season three to come in and continue to play in that direction.
So, with that said, then I know we still have a couple episodes left in this season, but I mean, what have you started to see scripts already for season three coming across your desk?
Hell no. I have just completed my Spotify playlist to send to Chris of songs I want him to consider when putting music in the show. Of those songs that I've given, so now twice I've got done playlists. I think probably every actor does this in the show. We all like music a lot, and I think I've gotten three or four songs that have made it from the "Hey, you should play this" in the show list to in the show.
That's
Did
awesome.
yeah, I gotta check on that if it's 3 or 4. I feel like Neil Diamond's "Turn on Your Heart Light" was used, and I was pushing for that since the pilot. So because it's about ET and it's such a goofy, funny song when you know it's just a song to promote a movie. Turn on your hot light, that glowy
Yeah.
belly in the middle of a young boy's dream. It's great. I love Neil Diamond for his cheese. It's extra thick.
That's awesome. So that was actually going to be one of my questions was, I love the music of the show. And
Okay.
so I was curious how much of that was from you, how much of that was from Chris. And do you guys play that on set? You and the whole cast together in between takes?
I had a good music sharing experience with Elvie, who played my wife in season 1. That he I discovered I had. She's a singer and she loves music, and we would back and forth on music and still share music. And then my fake daughter, so my fake wife and my fake daughter and I share music, still share music with Taylor Blackwell, who's also another musician. Um, when we did, there's one song called, and I'll never say her name right, Ergonoes or Ergono. Anyway, it's the end of the road. It was the song that was played when Harry this season, at the beginning of the season, he kidnapped number 42 and took him out of the sushi restaurant.
Hmm.
And that one was one that I'd loved that song for all summer long. When we came to work, I was like, this is a great song. Chris agreed, and then we were actually playing it on set for that. That was a good one that we were blasting out in our town that we go to. And as I ran down the street with the octopus. So that was fun.
That's awesome. That's a good way to get you in the mind state. More
You're
so than
right.
carrying the fake octopus.
Yeah, it was cool.
Um, And so, well, speaking of number 42, I mean, for a lot of Firefly fans, it's awesome that it's Nathan voicing 42. And I'm curious, are you pushing for any other of your Firefly crewmates to make cameos or anything in the show?
I guess not. At that long pause would be like, oh, what a good idea. Well, Jewel, who played Kaylee, has her own show in Canada. Uh, she's like a lawyer. She's a lawyer show. She's like the lead lawyer, and it's very good. But she's busy. So right now, she's busy. She's actually working right now with Liz Bowen, who plays a deputy. I just got a text from Jewel today saying she loves Liz. And they both have very sarcastic senses of humor and would get along wonderfully. Morena, I guess if a role came up that I think I just thought of a role. Yeah, yes. So the answer is yes. I'm going to push for Morena to be in season 3. I don't know what she's doing. I think she's pretty busy, but whatever. There's breaks and schedules.
You can make it happen.
Come to Vancouver, Morena. Come on.
It looks
You
pretty
don't even
beautiful up there.
let me check. It is, it's gorgeous. Let me I can't believe I didn't thank you. So if Morena gets cast in season 3, you should get some kind of cut of her pay. I feel like you've
I'll,
worked
I'll,
as her
I'll,
agent in this.
there we go. Hell, I'll just even a shout out wherever. I'll take that too.
That would be good.
Is part of you disappointed though that you can't have Nathan on set voicing number 42 for your scenes together?
Yeah, because he's a cop. Jules a lawyer, he's a cop. They're they're solving crimes and putting people away, keeping people out of jail. I'm still in the alien world. I'm still crashing spaceships over here. What are they doing? It would be nice if he was there, just because I've had a lot of. I It's always fun having Nathan around. Yeah, I've had some fun with Nathan. Back when I did iRobot in Vancouver, uh, he would come visit a lot, and had a blast up in Vancouver. Oh, so long ago.
I was gonna say iRobot, that was a movie that I love, but I also forgot about at the same time until you
Yeah,
were just reminded me of it.
it's
Uh,
2004,
that sounds right.
2005.
Yeah, I think it was
Jesus
04.
Christ, almost 20 years ago. Wow.
I know it's wild.
Wow.
So, what has it been like developing the rapport with all of your cast members throughout this season? Because I mean, you see, obviously Harry's very much fish out of water, but I'm sure, it's wonderful to see you guys grow as a family on screen. What's that like off camera?
Well, it's been nice. I mean, again, we've been affected by um the pandemic. Like we're not supposed to hang out outside. There are people who don't follow the rules better than me. I follow the rules more. Um just because I do. I don't know. As I've gotten older, I'm more of a rule follower. And yeah, so I've gone to a couple of the parties, but they've been fun. There's like movie nights and stuff like that, and we did have one night. Yeah, but it's again the pandemic has made it hard. I'm looking forward to season 3 because it's starting to feel like even in Vancouver, I was just there. It's a little bit more relaxed, which is nice.
Yeah, that's good to hear. And so, with the pandemic, what was it like still having to get into all the alien suit prosthetics for that? Was it an extra challenge?
Well, I mean, it was an extra danger in that you've got 3 or 4 people in your face for extended time in a closed, trailer. All of them got sick once. They all got COVID after they put me in makeup. They were doing. Wow, I forgot about that. It was it was in the thick of the rebound of like all of the second wave, and it was people were in I don't know if they do it in the States if you're in a production, but in Canada where they're very worker considerate and sort of considerate overall. um, they'll send you an email to be like, "Hey, somebody in Zone A is got sick." They don't tell you their name, but there's Zone A, Zone B, Zone C, and we're in A. And so if you're like, "Ooh, somebody in A, somebody, oh my God," they judge it by how close you get to people. Anyway, everybody in the hair trailer was down, but one person. We had one person doing hair, who was usually an assistant hair, and then everybody who was in the special effects makeup that worked on me that morning for 2 hours all tested positive, and I had to go home. I had to go home for a couple of days. Well, and I'd never tested positive, and so I got to come back, and I never felt sick. So yeah, it was a little. I'm remembering it was some dicey days up there, man. Um, I'm so glad and I really hope it knock wood that it's behind us because it makes it because it kind of pulls out some of the fun of the camaraderie because I love the 2 hours of makeup is tedious, but there's some of my favorite times because I play music, and we share music, and I also get an hour nap. So an hour worth of music and laughs and cut ups, and then an hour of sleeping, and then they wake me up and go, "You're an alien," and then I go to work.
I mean, that doesn't sound like too bad a schedule. Hopefully, you get to. It'll be a little more relaxing next time.
It'll be much more relaxing if they can take their masks off, or at least if they don't have to all quarantine because they then had to quarantine for 2 solid weeks. Hey, anyway, but
Yeah,
yeah,
that's not fun. That's not fun. Glad you at least didn't get it though.
yeah.
And fingers crossed it stays that way. So what can you tell me about the final couple of episodes we have coming up for this season?
I haven't seen them. I did them though, and I remember I was in the Alien a lot. I was in Alien a lot, so there's gonna be a lot of Alien, and it's the good, it's the Alien. So I've got 2 aliens. There's the one when the kid sees me, when Max sees me, played by Judah Prain, and it's just Alien head with a flannel shirt on and gloves, and that's not so bad. It's a little little more involved when I become the big alien, because actually the head is taller to even out the body, and then I wear the rubber straight jacket situation, and yeah, God, it's so nutty. I mean, I couldn't take off my gloves one day. There's just weird stuff happens with that thing. So I was like, okay, well, I hope I don't have to go to the bathroom, because guys, I'm gonna there's a chance I'll pee on my hands because I can't see very well. And I got this big chest with these and the little arms. Anyway, enough of that. But that was just anyway, luckily none of that happened. But I couldn't take the arms off, and they had to be cut off at the end of the day. Anyway, there's a lot of that coming up. So maybe so you can either imagine I'm in that suit, worried I might need to go to the bathroom or not while you're watching the episode. Chris is very happy with how it turned out. Chris Sheridan, who created the show, and so I am very much looking forward to seeing the final episode. I saw some stuff in ADR. It was really funny. In the next 2 episodes, I know there's 2 cameos that are a lot of fun. So those are coming.
All right. Well, I look forward to seeing those for sure. Because yeah, the show's done great with cameos so far, as well as the main cast, of course. And so I know you said you hadn't seen scripts yet for season 3, but do you guys have an idea of when you might go back and start filming the next season?
Yeah, we still have a little time. It'll be January, but it's coming up. Yeah, January. Right when it gets cold in Vancouver, and the rain is the thickest. There's the heaviest and the most unceasing. But it'll be good. Vancouver's just a beautiful, beautiful place. I love. You kind of get used to the rain in a way that I never thought was possible. You just kind of stop noticing. It's great.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, I look forward to hearing more as that comes along.
Let's have another interview in January, and let me see if I'm not noticing. I think
There you
that's
go. Let's see if you have the sniffles from all the rain, or if you're surviving.
yeah.
Well, Alan, thank you so much for taking the time. I greatly appreciate it. I love the show. I've been a big fan of yours since A Knight's Tale way back.
Since iRobot. Oh, yes.
Well,
yes.
yeah, right
Thank
before iRobot.
Right. Oh, you're right. That was a little, well, yes. Thank you very much.